Disclaimer before you get into it. Turns out 10 episodes in, we don't actually know exactly what we're doing yet. So the sound's a little bit off this week. Just imagine you've been transported, as you're listening to the pod this week, imagine you've been transported to an ancient, I don't know if even ancient, but a big, awesome cathedral like the Sistine Chapel, and it's just us in there. So it's kind of echoey, but enjoy the show. Welcome to the Case of the Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Luke, joined by my sidekicks, and back from being on last week, TJ.
Hello.
And you were here last week, Lucas.
Hello. Yeah, hola.
Sweet. What a eventful week you had.
It was a week.
Yep. Well, tell us about it. Let's just get right into it. Why not?
The cold open.
The cold. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to give the tagline. Case of the Mondays podcast. A little bit about faith, a little bit about family, a whole lot of randomness, brought to you by and powered by the Lighthouse Companies, insurance, real estate, financial planning. That's what we do when we're not sitting in this room. That's our real job. So,
Yep.
thanks for listening. Back to the show.
Yeah. But we want to give her.
Man, just you had a much wilder week than we did.
Yeah. So I had a today. How about that?
Oh,
Wild day.
You had a day.
I had a day. Thursday of last week. I play basketball at least 2 times a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays mostly. 5:30 in the morning. Groups, pretty much the same group of guys that play this. Sometimes people have missed, sub in and out. One of our faithful buddies and players that come with us, called James, had a heart attack. Literally when we were playing, or
During the game.
Yep. We've been going about an hour, and he's 42, I think, years old. Plays ball with us for the last several years, full court, 5-on-5, and no issues. And you just stand at the top of the key, and I was guarding him, and he was checking the ball in, and just fell over, and was out. And we just kind of all stopped and went around and stood around him, and we kind of thought he was passed out. If you've been around anybody passed out, they kind of look crazy, and they'll eventually come to, and he just wasn't coming to, breathing real heavy. And then eventually he let out this long exhale, and there was no more breathing. And so we luckily we had a coach that lived with us. We were at a place that had an AED, a defibrillator, and so while he was doing all that, he had gone and get it, or someone had gone and get the defibrillator. And so we had that on standby. And then one of our other buddies is a physical therapist, and he got down and was doing chest compressions. And, every so often when you give a chest compression, you start breathing again, and then you stop and put the AED on him and talk you through it. I don't know if you've ever seen those or not, but those are cool. Those, I'm a big fan of those things.
Did you buy one?
Well, I looked. They're about $1,200. But putting one in the car was not a bad idea. Because, like I said, it talks you through it. You don't have to know what you're doing. And it measures heart rhythm and stuff. It tells you if it's shockable rhythm or not. And it was, and it did. Immediately his pulse comes back, and he's still unconscious, but about that time EMS is getting there and hauling him off. And he got consciousness back at the hospital. They said it was a 99% blockage of the LAD, the widowmaker heart attack. If he didn't have intervention, he would be gone. So 12% or something survived that. So it was super crazy.
That is so crazy. What a way to start the day.
No kidding.
Yeah, it sounds like
that's 6:30. And he's got 3 kids, so the whole time I was sitting there, I was sitting there just thinking, I don't know, that's tough when you got kids. It's a tough situation anyway, but you start when you know people and it's happening to them, you start going through scenarios and stuff. So that was a little tough. I'm still praying for him. He's still a little bit set back in the hospital, I think. So he was better from that, had some procedures and maybe a little bit of setback. So I've not got that update today, but yeah, still praying for him, James. So that was the morning, right? And then if you remember a few weeks back, I had the summons to federal jury duty. Well, that came last week, and so Tuesday I had to go up there, spend all day up there from 8:30 to 6 o'clock, and I got selected to be on the jury. So that
What number were you?
11 to 12 with 2 old.
Almost made it out of there.
Yeah. But I will say this, while you're there, they show you a video. Basically why you should, it's probably in the 1990s, I don't know, maybe early 2000s, of, your civic duty, and you get kind of right. So when you're there, it's like, okay. Because they make the point, it's like, if you were wrongfully accused of something, would you want people on the jury that don't, first of all, care to be there and are some sound mind, so. Once you're
Thomas Jefferson read?
No.
No. This is why we made the way we did.
Is it O'Connor? Is it O'Connell? She's a retired justice. Sandra Day O'Connell. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Whatever it is. Not big enough. O'Connor.
Former Associate Justice Supreme Court.
Yep. And then Alito, Samuel Alito O'Connor. And who's the...
Didn't he die there? What's the one that died? Scalise.
And there's one more. I can't remember. No, wasn't him. But anyway, so they make it not feel bad, but kind of put it in perspective. But then they ask you a lot of questions in the jury selection process. You've never done it. They're kind of weed people out. So like, where are your biases? What they're trying to find. Like, who's working? So is the government versus an individual? So a lot of the questions were, who's worked for the government? Whose families worked for the government and the government? If you did not convict, would you feel like you had to explain yourself to the government, kind of things? And so, basically, the whole thing goes through, and I didn't answer a single question. So I'm like, I'm either not getting picked or I'm definitely getting picked. And so I got picked. And so basically, that all comes to a head on Thursday. So having some James at 6:30 in the morning, I got to go down to the rock to kind of finalize the verdict on our jury duty, and she was guilty. And so I told folks, Thursday I was there when someone died, came back to life, and then we sent someone to prison all on the same day. And hopefully I don't have a day like that again. Would be my hope. But justice was served. I do believe that. Feel bad for it. It's a heavy thing. The verdict, even who knows, sometimes guilty is just heavy. But such is life. And so. When we're grown-ups, we got to do grown-up things, I guess.
Yeah. What a day. Yeah. My week was much less intense than that. I think the only difficult thing we had last week was field day. And that was fun. Friday, RBA field day. If you remember being in school, field day is something you kind of look forward to, especially that second semester. You're like, if we could just get field day. And it was fun.
Field day was fun. She did a good job. Your wife was in charge of field day, so I'll say that. She did a really good job. All those games were fun. I did the Angry Birds relay, and kids had a lot of time. Had a real good time with that. I will need to get with her for VBS games. I'm in charge of VBS games. I need to pick her brain.
Games. Yeah. I feel like there's they probably have some secret PE feature logins. Yeah. She loves it. It's the awesome RBA greatest school ever. She loves it. And really, the week leading up to the field day, the week of field day, I think she loves it a tiny bit less, just because it's stressful and work all kind of coming to it. But yeah, it's fun. It was a good time. It seemed like my kids had fun. Shout out to Russellville Fire Department bringing the fire truck out. Just shut the kids down. They love it. I think it's cool. Kids love playing in water. They don't love playing in fire. Look out.
I play with fire.
Yeah, but they love playing in water anyways. But then when you can have it coming out of the fire truck, like what's cooler than that? So, yeah, it was awesome. Very cool. No sports this weekend for us. Soccer last week. So
we had our championship of the league, and we got beat.
That was the fault of field day. I'd say.
It was.
We had a basketball game that night, and our boys were tired.
Yeah, I mean, it was all day of just going hard all day long, and then trying to go play a sport that night would be not so easy.
Yep.
I'm sorry I missed you last week.
Oh, that's okay. Tell us what
We were in turkey hunting in Oklahoma. Took my dad, took me, and my 2 oldest sons down there, and my brother.
We talked.
Oh, y'all talked.
He does love me.
He does.
I mean,
Allegedly.
We had fun. My dad and Wes hunted together. They killed a turkey in the first few minutes. Honestly, the first few minutes, maybe the first 30 minutes of the trip. And then Drew and I got the hunt for the next 2 days. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Spent some time out in nature. Weather was great. Crawling through the weeds and trying to shoot
Seen snakes,
dinosaur birds, and snakes, ticks.
got alpha gal.
No.
That's just Arkansas, right?
Oh, I was
everywhere.
Someone was telling me that they were dropping ticks out of airplanes here in Arkansas.
I've heard that.
I don't think that's
True. Heard that. Heard profiles. I've heard that.
Yeah.
I know that's how Lyme's disease started.
They were dropping ticks out of planes. Why are we doing that?
Seeing if you could do it to other places.
Yeah.
It was like the army or something.
first.
Yeah, it's like, let's test it on our own people first. Because we can explain that
I
later.
remember
You fell out of the plane.
All right.
Jar of ticks just fell out.
Hit some turbulence and a box of ticks. Yeah, so alpha gal, I don't want that. I really enjoy the meat.
Might be good for my cholesterol to get some alpha gal. But I'd probably rather voluntarily.
Then you have to start eating tofu.
You didn't have anything but mammal products. You eat chicken. I still eat
You said mammal or just red blood?
mammal.
Mammal? No dolphin?
No dolphin, no milk.
No milk at all.
Cheese.
You know,
Chicken.
yeah.
They had the chicken milk.
What was that Aggie Parents where he's talking about all the things you can milk?
Cat.
All of those things you can't eat if you have the AG.
Yeah, well, hopefully we don't have that. Well, and then y'all had, you had any sports this weekend?
We had basketball this weekend. The old Arkansas Hoops ran up into a buzzsaw Saturday morning. Got beat 54-10.
Mm-hmm.
Outclassed. Just outclassed.
That's better than, I would prefer that over a close game where it's like, what, if we would have just done these few things? A loss like that is easier to swallow. They were just better.
There was no chance. I was running the clock. And about halfway, maybe about 2 minutes in, I thought, we haven't got the ball across half court. So I started watching. 14-minute half. We did cross half court until the 6-minute mark left it. So we had 8 minutes of just shell shock.
Where you
Couldn't inbound the ball, get inbound and get stolen, forward press.
tempted to not stop the clock. That's the nice thing.
They called timeout. I didn't stop the clock.
Let's just keep this clock rolling. Let's go.
There was mercy rule in effect, and so
Yeah.
they killed it anyway. But
What was the SEC championship game or BCS championship game where LSU didn't guys have field?
I
Do you remember that? Something like it was LSU Alabama.
don't remember.
we ended up scoring 4 points in the first half and 6 more in the second. That's when they stopped pressing us. It could have been. Shout out to the North Carolina Runners. You guys could have made that way worse. And appreciate the sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Nice. Big time. Well, cool. The only thing we did this weekend, got the old water slide out again. I'm getting pretty quick. Put up the head.
You got a system.
I figured it out. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's fun. Got it all set up in a row. Just like boom, boom, boom. What about take it down? Right.
Keep it out of your shed, or do you?
Yeah. I do have a bee shed. And I had it very organized, and then my wife just threw a bunch of stuff in there. What are you doing with that poor pen? And so now it's not as organized as it once was. But yeah, I mean, it's a good weekend. Weather was nice again, a little warm. But you know, other than that, good time.
Yeah, you take the boys hunting. I mean, my kids are getting to the age where you can kind of start doing that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun trip.
You were
It
just,
was a whirlwind because in western Oklahoma, the sun stays out a long time in springtime. So we were hunting, obviously, daytime.
That's the last part of it.
It's pretty flat. We see a long ways, but we were actively hunting from about 5 a.m. We were hunting. We were headed to two places, 5 a.m. to about 9 p.m. Kids sleeping in the back trucks.
that's fun. That's stuff you remember.
Wrestle, but it was fun.
Yeah, we went to the middle fork of the bayou on Saturday. Was that Saturday? Yes, Saturday. Went creek fishing. I've got the bug in me. I used to do it all the time in high school. And man, that's a happy place for me. You just go out there and start walking the creeks. You're away from everything, but not too far. I'm very lucky here. I was telling you, Luke, we take it for granted. 30 minutes an hour, and it's secluded free with just water and rocks and snakes. I didn't see any snakes, but fish. And crew went. Nick, Campbell Kirby, the Grahams came up there for a minute, and it was just awesome. And so I've got the bug look or kayak. Anybody's got a kayak out
I
there?
had one. I stole it last year.
Yeah.
Speaking of snakes, Brandon has ruined my algorithm on this.
Mine's messed
It's
up.
all snake videos. Big, scary.
Yeah,
nasty.
every other toast is like, let's flip over this piece of tin. Out in the middle of a field and see how
Oh, there's a copperhead.
So real.
We were in one of our friends' backyard the other day. Tons of leaves, like tons of leaves. And the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, like, you know, those posts where it's like, how long does it take you to find a snake in this picture? The whole time I'm just like, there's got to be a snake.
You gotta mind.
Makes sense.
So yeah, if you see a big piece of tin out in the middle of a field, don't flip it over. That's the only thing I've learned, because there will be a snake under it.
Which, yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, at least 10 highly venomous snakes.
And they're also like, why don't they bite them?
Yeah.
Is that what it's like?
Snakes aren't quite as cantankerous as they like us to believe until I start watching snake videos. Because they're just kind of chilling. They're trying to get away before they ever.
Yeah.
You just wander off.
Yeah. I went through a phase as a young man. We would always go, you know, at like Hastings, all the popular movies are like on the outside the wall. And then you had like the inner aisles of like not popular movies. And I would always get those like not popular scary movies about like a creature. So like Komodo or Rattler, stuff like that.
Bats,
Yeah.
birds,
Yeah.
everything possible.
Yeah. It's that's what got me with snakes.
Because they actually can.
They're just on.
Yeah.
And I think in real life they're not really trying to bite.
Yeah, it's kind of the Dustin Slade's pit bull argument, you know?
Yeah.
It's like not all snakes are going to kill you, but when they want to,
They
they
bite you,
can.
they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all pit bulls are going to bite you.
That,
I think most of it.
well, Dustin Slade's pit bull bit.
It was so funny.
I don't know that I've laughed that hard in a long time.
That one.
Yeah. Sorry to bring up the whole blow. But man, if you haven't heard that,
Tell me the joke.
I don't know that it's totally appropriate for our audience. It's not dirty by any means, but it's not. I would say it's mid between dirty and clean.
Like the word fart. It's kind of,
Whoa. That's. Oh, sorry about that. Do we have a way of adding bleeps?
I listen to a podcast.
I really hope. I hope we can add bleeps so it'll make it sound like you said something that like actually bad. Like Robert.
Yeah.
And we'll look, oh my goodness. This is a Christian podcast. So yeah.
What if
Yeah.
you're allergic to raspberries?
They're eating raspberries over about
Raspy.
That's probably what they call them.
The new little hairs.
Well, cool. What about our days of the week? Y'all have anything else to add in that? I feel like I had something else I was going to talk about, but I can't remember what it was.
To it. Getting to it. I should try that one.
Hey, all right. National Days. That you should do.
What day is it?
The day is May 18th. Sorry, raspy. Today is National No Dirty Dishes Day. May 18th.
That day does not exist.
It suggests taking a break from regular routine that involves washing dishes.
What?
How does that make any sense? Celebrate today means you get to go out to eat in order to avoid doing any dishes.
Oh, I see. How often do y'all do
The fast food lobby.
How often does dishwasher run at your house every day?
Yeah. It's my job. I don't have a lot of jobs on the interior.
Yeah.
But that ain't.
We split that one pretty good, but I do feel like I start the dishwasher at night. Every night before we go to bed, I feel like I'm starting.
If you don't, it's like not taking, not hitting trash at it. It piles up.
But it's just like, how do we go through something? We eat not that much.
The worst right now is my daughter is mobile, and she'll take a bottle full of milk, and then she'll just wander off with it. You find it 4 or 5 days
This is
later.
right
Chunky ice cream with milk, and it is the worst.
Here's this. So we have one of those. I think it originally was like the first time I ever seen it was like bartender would use it to clean out a cup of water. So we have one of those on our sink at the house for washing bottles.
Fancy.
And so the other day, in this same situation, it was a bottle that had been, I don't know where it had been left, but it had some solid milk in it. And so I'm like, this is going to be an easier job for the just get that, give it a jolt of water in the old bottle washer. So I do it, and the water coming out of it's kind of water and nasty milk mixed. And so I take the bottle off of there because it's better. It's like you do it a couple times, because it has more force, like right at the start. Anyway, so I take it off, and somehow the washer part just had to suck down. And then it just sprays that nasty, milky water all like directly in my face.
In your mouth?
In my mouth, but it was enough that I was like, I just was like, oh. And I actually did get it.
No, Nate.
No projectiles, but yeah, that happened.
TJD dishes. So, let me ask you this.
I'm also the designated garbage disposal retriever.
Oh, me too.
Oh.
And I always think about finding a destination.
Yeah.
Everybody back up.
Well, you don't want to do it at my house. My switch is broken underneath, so sometimes it doesn't turn off when you press it. So it can spontaneously turn on. It has done that.
Your whole life.
I need to switch
It's going to
that.
dispose your whole life.
Yeah, here's my, I'm just incriminating myself if I ever lose my fingers because I know that it's broken and it fixes. But what I was going to ask you is, so I've heard different theories. Do you have to have the plates clean before you take them in the dishwasher, or do you go in completely dirty?
I go with good mid-range. A couple of scrubby.
Yeah, it's got a little smiley face on it.
Soap in it. They do. You gotta but I give them a good one soap before I stick them in.
No.
Because I'm always thinking, like, where does this stuff, solids, go somewhere?
Yeah, I agree.
So everything washed through there now is passing through solids and filters. So.
I do the spray part of the sink, it's got the little button, and get the solids off.
Yeah. When I first married Bailey, I would do no washing.
No.
Great. That was like, that was early. I learned my lesson.
It's like you're the guy in the commercial on TV for the dollar that has this pan that comes out cake.
They do. It's like,
That's part of that.
yeah.
It's because they do. It's like, why would I? We had
They're like, oh, you got a half of a sheet pan of lasagna, just throw it in the lasagna. Yeah. We got, oh yeah.
Auto had a dishwasher for a reason.
I hate dishes and trash are kind of my chores at the house. And I hate those, dude.
I two little boys that handle the trash.
Yeah, Crew's got interested in the trash can. He wants it. Yeah, I'm sure. Go for it.
I'm the guy in the neighborhood now. I've started purposely leaving my trash can down by the road.
Uh-oh. We're going to get shot for that.
Because it smells bad.
I'm washing it now.
Well, I have to throw in, because ours has like diaper cavity,
That's a rough
stuff in there. And
Yeah.
so, and especially now as the weather started to warm up,
Yeah.
it's like,
Cooking it.
we had to be it's like, if somebody's running by the house, I'm sorry.
The diaper genie, the diaper genie for us, we had to quit because you can cram a lot of diapers in a diaper.
Oh, yeah.
And forget. And know when some of those food diapers have been in there for.
Yeah, I'm not into the diaper needy. Like whenever you open it and it feels a little bit humid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
The outside of the bag is kind of moist.
Yeah, I'm more into.
We just throw them in the trash because our trash gets taken out every day.
I use dish soap and it's on my hands. I don't really use hand soap, but after I've taken out the diaper cavity, moist bag,
Yeah.
I'm like, we need some more oil, whatever, grease.
So
now,
with the twins, we've got double diapers and stuff, which they're getting close to where maybe hopefully they're not gonna be a diaper for them. I bought 3 boxes of diapers. Like this could be my last box of diapers. They're not even.
your life will be changed.
I have been changing diapers for the last 10 years.
Yep.
10 and a half years. Not just me. My wife's listening. She'll complain. But diapers are being changed in my house every day.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Our dirty one's going back step, and our wet one's going in the trash. But I'll take the dirty ones out separately. But yeah, there's when you have 2 of them, 2 sets,
That's a lot of nitrogen.
it can really smell out the house pretty quick.
When Wes and Drew were babies, I think they were staggered where we had 2 babies in the house, but never had 2 simultaneous.
Yeah.
So there's a little dead square of dead grass down at the bottom of my driveway for where my trash can.
Just go sit in the branch. Carpool.
You could do that.
That is no dirty dishes day.
Or we could just be eco-terrorists and just use paper plates.
So we use lots of different plates in our house.
We did, and we ran out.
Yeah.
Also, National Cheese Soufflé Day.
Don't know what that
What
is.
is a soufflé?
We celebrate National Cheese Soufflé Day on May 18th. It is a tasty food.
Is it soufflé? Where you steam something?
It is a French delight known as the cheese soufflé.
About to look up
It
what
is
it
an egg-based dish whose origins appeared in France in the early 18th century.
Ratatouille.
So soufflé base consists of a French cream base made of flavored cream sauce, puree, beaten egg whites. Combining egg whites with this custard, the delicate delight will puff up into a fine golden soufflé base. It's like an egg quiche thing.
Yeah.
Like they've made some soufflés on the great.
I'm not into airy. I don't think airy.
Airy desserts.
Yeah. I'm okay.
To celebrate? Ordering a cheese soufflé.
I don't
Try to make one at home. Enroll in a French cooking class. Or make a post on social media. We don't have the soufflé. I've never seen the soufflé in a restaurant.
I still don't know what that is. I've gotten a creme brulee at the country club a few times.
It rhymes with soufflé.
It is tasty.
Soufflé.
Brulee. Robert.
National Visit Your Relatives Day. All family members can stay connected to your relatives. We are very fortunate. The vast majority of our relatives live here in the same town.
Yeah, I thought that was reading that.
No. We visited my father last night.
Do you want to know the benefits of family?
Yeah.
According to this website, mental health, daily performance, increased self-confidence, better parenting skills, help resolving conflicts, or feeling left out, promoting happiness in your physical health. Spend time with your family, make a phone call, reach out, surprise a relative with a picnic lunch. That's a commitment.
Wow.
Have a live chat.
A live chat?
Live chat family.
Oh. Yesterday, when Deacon, because the last few weeks, Paul has been out of town either baseball or turkey hunting or whatever, and he said, is Papa in town this week? And I said, yep. And he said, Man, Pawpaw has the coolest house in the whole world. It's like Pawpaw, and I was like, I think our house is pretty cool. He was like, well, yeah, I mean, I like our house too, but it doesn't have a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Shout out Pawpaw, cool swimming pool.
National Sun Responsibility Day. Where's sunscreen?
I feel like that's. Would we have sunscreen day one day?
It
was
was
National
Noma Day.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Wear broad spectrum SPF 30 on your face, neck, and hands every single day, even when it's cloudy. You might not.
All right, next.
Last one. It's all the days. Hold on, what is this? Oh, that's a sponsor. May 18th, birthdays and events. Famous birthdays. Tina Fey was born on this day. George Strait. George Strait was born on this day. Happy birthday, George.
Speaking of George Strait, Vince Gill was on NPR Heineg's concert. He did a great job. Love it. I love Vince Gill.
I'm skipping people that I don't know.
Give me some songs.
Probably the most famous. I don't know, One More Last Chance.
Vince
Yeah,
that's still going.
Go High.
That's a
See, I know the song though.
He's about those on the NPR deal.
Who else? Who's your country singer or Mount Rushmore?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Probably Garth.
Even though he's a serial killer.
That don't think it's so funny. So there's a group, there's a comedian named, what's his name? He's always with Bert Kreischer, which is very, don't listen to the comedy, it's very irritating. What's his name? Anyway, I can't think of his name. But he's got a podcast, and somehow they got on this deal about, because Garth Brooks does some weird, like he's an odd guy. And so they were like, he's got to be a serial killer. And so they kept just being like, where are the bodies are? So now on any social media post that Garth Brooks makes, the comments are just full of like, just come clean, Garth, where are the bodies? Tell us where they're buried. And it's just like full of comments about Garth Brooks being a serial killer. And so it's kind of funny. Feel bad for him, but it's probably a great for him, but it's funny at the same time.
So you got Garth.
George Strait's got to be there. You know.
Give me the singer and your favorite song.
Okay, Garth Brooks' favorite song. That's hard. The dance. I like Rodeo.
Rodeo
was good one, but it's.
I had that greatest hits album, the blue one with the there's like 2 discs.
Where you had that shirt with the blue and black.
Yeah.
We need to bring that back. Whatever happened to having shirts, T-shirts? You know? Like, do I want to wear a blue shirt or a black shirt? What do I wear both?
Yeah. No, and I would just lay in my bed and I'd have that Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Thunder Rolls.
Call that under.
Dude, it's got this juice. Yeah. George Strait. Dude, yeah, that's
a good song, but it's weird.
It is. It's kind of the male version of Strawberry One, which is also weird. And just don't listen.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the song.
In light of today's culture.
Yeah. And enjoy the song and don't listen to the words. Yeah. But George Strait, probably my favorite from him is I Can Still Make a Shot.
Oh.
I don't know if that's the actual words, like the actual.
I don't know.
Yeah. I like
George
that.
Strait. Okay, who else?
Alan
Alan
Jackson.
Jackson.
Got another good one about Sunshine, too.
The Beaches of China.
Beaches of China. That's a real
It is.
She just went crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
And there are no beaches in China.
That's true.
There might be some lake beaches.
Lake Beach. Don't forget, no next artist seems to be on there. Lake Beach song, maybe the Curtis. That's every time I go out, I say Lake Garden about Lake Beach. Alan Jackson's got to be there too, for sure.
Are you saying is that number one?
I think that's just Tim McGraw. But I think he's probably
So right?
Tim McGraw could go on it.
It depends.
Is it hypnotic?
Is it just because that's our area?
Well, that's what I was trying to say. That's what I was going to say.
Jelly rolls, you know?
Like you jelly roll, but you're not.
No, I think it depends on your, like you just said, it's airless.
So what's Alan Jackson?
Chattahoochee Drive.
Okay, Chattahoochee.
Drive with Daddy or whatever it's called. Remember the wins.
Yeah. The difference between Iraq and Iran, that movie win. No, that's not. That's not about where I was.
Where were you? World Stop. Then you got an honorable mentions. Toby Keith, R.I.P.
Toby Keith.
He's
the most
great.
Highest
Grossing
country star.
Is he?
Yeah, he had been listening.
Really?
Yeah, he really.
I don't know if it all came from music or what he did restaurants.
Yeah.
Got to meet him.
Man,
He knew your wife's name by it.
that's pretty cool.
That was.
Boomer Senior.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I gave her credit there.
Yeah.
Can I tell a story? Yeah, we were at, so John Daly is good buddies with all them obviously. He's from our area. You don't know that. And he was big in with the Boys and Girls Club, so he had a benefit tournament. And all the famous people that he knew, would come. And Toby Keith was out there. They'd always do a concert at night. So we got, if you play in the tournament, you can stick around and go to the concert. So Toby Keith out there. If you don't know, Jenny Posey played in Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma. That's TJ's wife, and so Toby Keith is a big fan of Oklahoma. Well, we were out there just hanging out with them, and Toby heard that Jenny Vine was there. He called for her to come over, and so we got to kind of go over there, and I stood back and didn't talk to her about just watch them converse, and I was kind of
It's pretty cool.
Hang out with Jenny Vine, Johnny Damon, and Toby.
That's true. Yeah, John was
They're
there.
all the same level of star.
Yeah. It was interesting. I don't aspire to be these guys. I can tell you that, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
But wrote some good songs.
Yeah.
I agree.
There are more birthdays today. I'm gonna skip some because I don't know who they are. Like Diane Trump. She's the first one to raise the happy birthday. Mark Mothersbaugh is the lead singer of the rock band Devo.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right? Are they one way word?
I think they got a couple hits. They were lowered.
Barry Como. I heard of him.
No.
He's saying like crooning, easy listening jazz from the But he was like
North.
like Frank Sinatra style music. We'll skip that and then.
Yeah.
Moving on. That's all.
Sweet. So yeah, 90s country, it's just never been the same. When they quit singing about rodeos and truck drivers, I think that's when it really kind of went down.
Yeah. When it came to the honk, what is it now? I don't even know. I don't even know what it is.
Every
I mean, it's always kind of been drinking.
Yeah, but there was other things about it. Now it's just drinking.
Yeah, that was more drinking because you're sad. This is more drinking to go be crazy, right?
Yeah.
Is that country rap kind of?
I can't listen to any of it, to be honest with you.
I did not know you a single
Oh, it's original.
that's on the chart.
Really, what the turning point in country music was when Blake Shelton cut us.
When they gave Brian an microphone.
Yeah, that was real.
Sorry, Luke, if you're a listener.
He
I
was-
listened to a Brian song on the radio by accident the other day. It's like, boy.
Yeah, it's
Pretty rough.
I stopped listening about the time Florida Georgia line.
Yeah, I think that was all.
It's a first.
What is it? I don't know.
Nervous.
I like it.
Is that like lake country?
Lake country. Just what do you get to lake? Drink beer. That's what it's all for.
So we stopped riding horses, started riding jets.
Yeah, I'm telling you, yeah, that truck. Yesterday we were driving that truck. We were driving to my dad's house for lunch, and there was this kind of older Mustang car on a horse,
Okay.
just loud, like so loud. And I looked kind of in the rear mirror and I told Deacon, I said, hey, buddy, when you get older, don't ever have a loud car like that.
Yeah.
And he said, why? I said, because everyone will hit.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He said, why? I said, because you're selfish. You're making everyone listen to your super loud car.
And anytime I go over to the end of the grass, it's like,
I hate it.
it's like you hear the
So
sound.
much. There's nothing. There's things I hate for, but
I get the utility of a motorcycle. That's fine because it's like safety. And you can make that argument. It's not why you're doing it, but it's an argument you make to them. So that's fine. But yeah, cars are just.
But if you have a motorcycle, you can't have a stereo system too. You chose. You chose. We don't have to listen to your loud engine and your loud music.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Back to 1 point. One of Luke Bryan's newest singles is called Fish, Hunt, Golf, Drink. Here's the chorus. Wake up, coffee, camo, climb tree, wet line, 18, fish, hunt, golf, drink.
That took a hard time, right?
Yeah, that's. Yep.
Top notch. I bet that'll be double platinum.
Bridge, chip, sip, rip, cup, lips, which lot, and one of us sip.
Hey, don't get too close here. My
Sip.
flag for copper.
Got my goals, and they go like this. So,
What are his goals?
fish, hunt, golf, drink.
Oh, that's
it.
wow.
Wake up.
Lots of goals. You know, we talked about contentment last week. I think that's area inside of laziness.
Yeah.
Rib lips and crab cold. What was that guy's name?
Long way from George Jones. He's done another day.
That guy, he used to have, I don't know if it was spines or whatever. Wake up in the morning, put a good dip in, crack a cold. That's back when he was making fun of it. Now it's a popular song.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that guy's name was, but he was funny. Well,
That is the national days. That took a while.
Yeah.
It was entertaining for the.
did y'all get reading any of your book on the way to Oklahoma?
No, we didn't think to do that actually.
Could have.
We are currently we took a little hiatus from the Hobbit. Just because we haven't been home, but they are currently about to get Thor and has been captured by the else. And Bilbo is currently fighting spiders in Mirkwood.
Cool.
But I don't like that chapter of the book. The whole Mirkwood thing is too drawn out, in my opinion. It's just reading about being lost in the woods, and they're still lost in the woods, and they're still lost in the woods. But after this chapter, the story really picks up.
Yeah. Did you see that Ordinary Covers is becoming about to release a graphic novel? So you got pictures.
Would love to see a movie.
I agree.
Or a Week Feather movie. The herky-jerky animation that they do, because it's hard to watch. Same with the movie Goat that just came out. Probably seen Goat. It's about a basketball playing goat. And it's animated in the same style.
It's all jerking around.
It's just hard to
Yeah, I
watch.
don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, Undercovers, fantastic. Indy Wilson, the best thing he's ever written is the Ashtown Burial series. If you haven't read it, you should read it. But that's one, every time I've read it 3 times now, and every time I read it, well, the first 3 books, the fourth, it's not totally done yet. The fourth one's supposed to come out this year, I think. But every time I read it, it's just like, man, this would be such a good movie. And there's a guy named Rupert Reeves' character, and Idris Elba, you know, the British guy, he would be the perfect Rupert. It even describes like how he looks, and it's Idris Elba. Big, jacked, British. I don't know, but I tweeted at Nate Wilson and told him that's who he needs to be. His wife liked my tweet, so I guess that means it's happening.
Nate's wife?
Yeah. If there's anything that confirms is that that's what they're going to do. So, hopefully that happens. I don't know, but it'd be cool.
How much time we have, Brandon? How much time?
4 minutes.
You just text us?
Yeah.
40 is a lot.
So what are y'all learning? Reading, learning in the Bible.
I'm still in Hebrews in chapter 2. I was just looking into that the first verse of the chapter 2. It says, therefore we must pay closer attention to what we have heard so that we do not drift away. That's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like the drift away thing. I can see, I've seen in my life where it's like you feel that drifting away. You get busy or whatever, and you lose your focus on what matters. And so the whole ordeal on Thursday kind of helps shock you back in a little bit of when you start getting lackadaisical maybe in your quiet time. Or, life events happen like that. And, I'm not afraid of death whatsoever, but we do have a responsibility to other people. I think I was talking to Brandon the other day about that. It's like, it's not so much about for me being scared of something happening to me, but it's like, who do you leave behind that's not prepared? It's like, why aren't they prepared? Did you not do your job to prepare? So that's where it's kind of like drifting away. And that's probably a little bit out of context of that verse, but it helps me kind of refocus on like what's the purpose of what we're doing.
We got into the first. We finished up Philippians and our life through, but now we're getting into Revelation, talking about that first letter to the church of Ephesus. You're doing all these great things, but you've lost your first love. You've left your first love. And so I thought of that just again, I'm like, it's not totally in context of what that's talking about, but just in work, even like, what am I doing? It's just in the motions of just day-to-day tasks rather than like truly care about it. I thought about that some yesterday for sure. Like, where am I just going through the motions and doing things because you're supposed to do it rather than because you love it?
Yeah. That's good.
I'm just currently slogging through Isaiah, and not that it's bad, but it's just a bad time in the lives of Israel and Judah.
Yep.
And I've been more just studying the historicity of it all rather than big takeaways, but just interesting all the kings and all who they are and get lost in the names in the places. And so slow down, read through, the who's and the whys, and not just what's written. Interesting. Not super applicable, but interesting.
Yeah. Something that stuck out to me just yesterday, two different things. Greg's whole sermon yesterday at the end of 2 Samuel. There's this plague on people because of David doing a census that he wasn't supposed to do. And so they buys this threshing floor of Aruna, offer sacrifices, the plague is stopped. But it's just crazy to think about how, and this is something that Wes, our pastor of young adults and families, I think is what his actual title is really kind of passionate about and been harping on a lot lately, is just how the Bible's all connected. Mm-hmm. And I think we talked about that a little bit here, but it really does totally change the way you think about the Bible when you see all the connections. It's like this threshing floor of Aruna is the same place where Abraham took Isaac to where God had told him to take him up on Mount Moriah and sacrifice Isaac. Abraham says, all right, I'll do it. And then before he does it, God says, wait, hold on, here's a ram substitute. Don't kill your son. But he's testing his faith out. That's the same place where this threshing floor of Aruna is that David buys to make sacrifices for the people to end this plague because of what he has done in the census. Is the same place where the temple eventually gets built by Solomon, which is right up the road from where Jesus eventually dies. And then, so it's just like it's all connected. And then last night in the men's thing, we were talking about the Passover and how that directly correlates to, I don't know if that's a word. Directly, it's the same. The Passover, and in John 19, the story of the crucifixion. And it's it's all connected. And it's just so crazy to think about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, I love that stuff. You know, I'm kind of a logical thinker, and so it's big for my faith. And I've taught on that before. Is like, you know, faith. You gotta have faith and believe. Like there's a point in your walk, like you can't know it all, and so that's where faith comes in. Like you've got to make that jump of faith to follow, and just trust in Jesus. But what helps me in that is the fact that it all lines up so logically. Like when you start seeing the dots connected to the Old Testament showing us what is becoming the New Testament fulfilling the Old Testament, and all that stuff is like, so that's really cool to me. It's like that is true.
Yeah, something I thought of really, but the whole deal with the Passover and the spotless lamb, they had to sacrifice it, and they were supposed to do it every year. Even after, the first Passover, there in Egypt, it saves them from the angel of death that's coming in the 10th plague. But then they're supposed to do it every year forever to remember. And then you see, like right at the start of the book of John, and John the Baptist says, "Behold, the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world." And then a little bit later, it says, "Behold, the Lamb of God again." And guys that follow him immediately leave and go follow Jesus. And that was something that Wes had pointed out. It was like, why did they just leave this guy that they can follow forever? It's because he essentially told them, like, I've been pointing you to the Messiah. That's him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, John being willing and able to do that, basically tell your people, it's not me. Yes, it's cool. It is cool.
So cool. Sweet.
Yes.
Well, okay. What about you, Brandon? What about a Brandon's health tip of the week?
Let's get our wellness checkups. They're free. Insurance paid for it. Think that's a good idea?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And in some
Every
areas,
6 months? Isn't that how often you get a wellness checkup?
I think every year.
Yeah.
Your teeth cleaning. Your teeth.
Dental.
Yeah, Eli Craner sent out to our little group text for our basketball thing a heart. I guess the Arkansas Heart Clinic will do like a free screening for just heart stuff. So,
Just tell you, if you get that done, don't try to apply for health insurance or life insurance after.
yeah, get your life insurance before.
Yeah.
They flag you for that. I was healthy checkup, but they still flagged me
Because you went. Yeah. And then some of the health plan, like the one that we were on, they've got like rewards and stuff, and so you get reward points for going to get your checkup. And then you can buy stuff with them. I forgot what I got. I got
Your rewards kind of guy. You like the rewards?
I do.
You play the Chick-fil-A rewards.
Casey used to, because she was back when she was a coach. She had Chick-fil-A rewards. Whatever the top level is it red? Brandon, you're a Chick-fil-A guy.
Used to be red, but I think that had a platinum level.
Well, she was always whatever the top one is, because every, twice a week during volleyball season, she was taking 30-something kids to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
So she getting on her.
She'd walk in and say, "Welcome, Miss Posey."
Yeah. They call it. They could censor shit she was coming.
Yeah.
So,
Man.
yeah. Cool. Get your checkups. Be healthy. Drink water. Don't eat junk.
Don't eat the junk.
Eat raspberries.
Don't smoke.
Don't smoke.
I did do some research this week after all that. And like, how do you reduce heart blockage or buildups or whatever?
Mediterranean.
Because it's like, how do you get numb, So I'm just going to keep running along.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I guess you kind of know what's happening to get your checkups again.
Yeah.
Apparently, that thing can show. I don't know. I was talking to Instagram about things they can do on it. I was like, "What are the things on the ambulance? Like, what are they?" They have some machine that can see where I guess those little electrodes they put on you will show where the heart blockage actually is, based on where the blood's flowing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Well, Caleb, our buddy, it's a EMT, I guess EMT, firefighter, EMS. I don't know what all the
Lifesaver.
He's all of those things, all the qualifications you can have. But he said Thursday morning the ER was nuts.
Yeah.
Because of that, and then there was another guy that had a car wreck out on Highway 7, and he was like very critical. And he said the ER doctor was like running around, just like, you do this, go, like the TV show. So
That's
it's
crazy.
pretty crazy. Alex, he's here, and it's time for Gen Z movie review.
This is Alex first for you guys to call grad.
No.
Because that's last week.
Yeah, that's why you couldn't watch Braveheart.
Oh yeah, or the Patriot.
Patriot.
Yeah, because he had two.
Braveheart's the Patriot. It's the same movie.
Oh, yeah, essentially, just one's Irish and the other one's American. Hey, buddy, what do you got going on this week? Can you say that on camera?
I think so. I'm leaving the country.
To go on a mixture, we went to nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell us or not.
I don't know. Slip the boy. Take my ways.
I don't know if it was for work.
Wait. Is it?
Look.
Oh yeah, let's figure that.
There we go.
This is
There you go.
okay. Hey, that works good. Kind of looks like a convention.
Yeah, the interrogation of.
So, where were you the night? Yeah. All right. So, what movie did you watch this week?
I watched The Patriot. I watched it last night. Pretty late, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's better than mine, huh?
That's what I like that. What'd you think?
I was pretty. It was definitely my favorite of the ones I've watched.
You
so
think
far.
your Patriots better than that?
Yeah. I think so. Definitely.
What's wrong with you?
Okay.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So give us a quick, like always, what's a quick plot synopsis if someone hasn't seen the Patriots?
So it's based around the Revolutionary War. The plot's kind of this man, he's a veteran. His wife died, and he has 7 kids, I think. And he's in South Carolina when the war breaks out, and he wants no part of it. And then his son ends up enlisting, and then the war kind of comes to their backyard, and so it becomes a little bit, close to him. And so he ends up, they capture his son, and so he gets involved. And then the whole movie is just battles here and there. And at the end, they end up defeating the British. The French join in and kind of help him out.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're married, is there?
Yeah.
What was his nickname? Was it the Swamps or something like that?
Swamp Fox.
Benjamin Martin?
Yeah, Benjamin Martin.
I don't remember. So what was the bad guy? What was he called?
What was it?
I don't know. He's a bad guy. We talked about it on here a couple times.
Oh gosh, blank.
What'd you think about the bad guy as a bad guy?
I had into it. Like the early forms your opinion about someone. They're just an actor, and it's like.
You're like, I bet
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Man, that's awesome. So, what was your main takeaway?
My main takeaway.
There's a lot of
The Ghost. That was
I think like that loyalty is important. Family is important. Given that the guy, towards the beginning, like, still wanted no part of the war, but how much his son and his kids kind of shaped what he did and drove him.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. So that's my takeaway.
Takeaway?
tell you what I think about way too often is aim small as small.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. Basically, lots of baseball. I think about aim small as small.
Yeah, that's true.
I told you, aim small as small.
And he killed the turkey.
Small ones.
He ain't perfect. Zero. Nice. Awesome. What was your so here's another question. Sorry. What was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part of the movie? 100% the last couple of minutes when the French Navy shows up.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're pushing back. They kind of come up with a strategy. They're talking about holding the front lines, and they're kind of under the tents. You know, you got no shot, basically. They're, you know, British, they have a big military, they're more disciplined, and he's like, well, they can't hold the front line either. And so they're retreating, and then the guy starts running through. Everybody's like, no, we're not retreating. Like, push forward with the American flag. I like that. And then they overtake them, and then the last shot when the French naval ships are over there, then they walk out with the white flag. It has to be the favorite part, for sure.
What was the French commander's name?
I don't know. Yeah.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a good movie. Such a good movie. Man. Wow.
I haven't seen that movie maybe in 20 years.
Yeah, I got it. Casey has never watched it, so we got to watch it again.
So
On your rating scale, 1 to 10 lighthouses, how many would you give it? How many lighthouses does the Patriot get?
I'll give it 8.8.
8.8. That's the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was that movie made?
2000.
It was 2000.
So it's not really. Okay.
Yeah.
The year 2000?
I think it was the year 2000.
Yeah, I think we could determine that our 90s would be like plus or minus 3.
You had just before he was born. You were born in 2003?
Yeah.
87? Okay.
Yeah, that's hard.
Our birthdays to his birthday.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
What's next? What's the next
oh
one?
yeah, what is the next one? Do you know? Do you have your list?
Skip.
Oh, you'll be gone next week too. You'll be gone 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'll get back the 2nd.
You got a lot.
So the next one I'll do is on the 8th.
We may have to do whatever our
May just need you to record one and we can.
I can do that. I'll send it over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure your wife.
with some cool.
Have plenty of time for movies.
You will have a good plane ride.
What's that?
Yeah, that is true. It's a good point.
We could get our kids to.
Jen
We could get our kids to do a movie.
Yeah.
They'll be out of school.
We watched Heavyweights the other night. Casey had never seen it. Still funny. First Kid, still funny.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good stuff.
What you got?
Oh, I have a ton of movies on here. I don't know. Angels in the Outfield. That's one you had talked about.
Yeah, that's a solid one.
Is that a good one?
Yeah.
I can go with that one.
Yeah, do that.
Sounds good.
We have a way to watch it, you think?
Like you said, plane ride.
But I don't know how you watch it.
I don't either.
So do this.
It's on
One's on this list.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. On
Ride on.
This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Make sure and get us a in your video. Get a cool backdrop. Some picturesque backdrop.
We'll make that happen.
Sweet. Well, we'll be praying for you on your travels.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, be loyal. Take care of your family. When the fight comes to your backyard, stand up and do what's right.
Amen.
And we hope you have a